A question I got from you is spiritual journey possible without meditation? That's what I understood.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So the question is spiritual journey possible without meditation? So when you say without meditation, you should also know what is meditation. Meditation is different from meditation method. What you understood meditation is basically meditation method. What you understood meditation is the regular practice that is required, the regular sadhana, a regular way of disciplining oneself that is required to enter the path of spirituality. But actual meditation, the word meditation is not kept for that. Meditation is not a word kept for the tool you have selected, for the method you have chosen. Meditation is not the word kept for disciplining yourself. All these are false. Meditation, the word meditation means the state of elevated consciousness, which is totally different, which is absolutely ineffable, indescribable, undefinable, avyakta. The process of blossoming, inner blossoming, the process of unfolding is called as meditation. So we all always confuse ourselves thinking that certain rigorous discipline or rigorous regular practice is certainly required to go within. Let me give you some examples to understand meditation in a better way. We were all children a few years back in the present life. When we came out of the womb, we could hardly move our limbs properly. We could not even turn on our bellies. We were just lying flat on the surface where we were kept like an object. We could not even turn like this. We could not even make a roll. We could not shift our bodies sideways. We were just lying like an object. We were just like objects, a biological object, which has certain something called as life. Slowly, it took almost 5 months' time to turn on our belly. 5 months' time. Such a long period. 5 months' time to just only turn on our own belly. That's all. We are not able to walk even. Once we turn like this, it takes another month to crawl. A few more months to sit. Few more months to stand. Few more months to walk. Few more months to climb the steps. Few more months to run. It's a long process. So many milestones are there. To walk on tiptoes, it takes almost 9 months' time, rather 10 months' time, or maybe more than 1 year, but not less than 9 months' time. Just to walk on tiptoes. And the question here is, what would be the state of consciousness of a child? Is the child is leading his life in terms of something called as practice, in terms of honing a skill or developing an ability, or is it like going to a tuition for acquiring some computer skills like C, C++, Java, so many softwares available in the world? You went to a tuition. You went to certain place, certain institution where a teacher is required to teach all these things. Does the child has a teacher to guide him? And is he practicing all these things, selecting one particular hour of the day and putting all his efforts, putting all his sincerity? No. It is a passion. It is a beauty. It is a grandeur. It is a great wonderment. Every moment was a moment of happiness. Every time the child fell down, as and when he wants to lift himself up to stand, he never treated as failure even. When he stood, yes, he was very happy. He was very much elated. He started feeling that he has become adult. He went into a grand feeling that he has become quite grown up. But every time he fell down, he never treated as failure. You must be aware that to stand on himself, he made more than 1,000 efforts. More than 1,000 efforts mentally. He could not even lift himself up when he was 1 month baby infant. After 1,000 efforts, he could stand on his own. But he doesn't treat all these things as efforts. You have never treated all these things as your efforts when you could stand on your own. It was a great joy, a passion, a beauty, and natural path for you to understand what is meant by standing. So, standing on your legs is more difficult than getting onto the path of spirituality. Please understand this. Now you are able to run, make a marathon, climb Mount Everest. These are very small things than the efforts that you have put just to stand on your two legs. It was more difficult than climbing Everest. In the size of small 3 kilos or 4 kilos flesh, it was more challenging. It was more difficult. Much more difficult than meditation. 1,000 times difficult than meditation. But the child never treated it as an exercise of efforts. The child never treated it as a battery of sequential tests on a daily basis to improve his strength, muscular strength, to stand on his own and trot and walk and run on his own. He never treated as a sequential set of tests or examination for himself. He enjoyed the process. Similarly, you never need anything of any sort what you think as meditation, as sparing 1 hour of time, sparing 2 hours of time from your daily regular routine schedule and sitting, calming your mind. No, you don't need that. What you need is basically a desire to be more clear. A desire to be clear. What you need basically is an idea of becoming yourself first. You are not yourself. Many people who think that they are their natural self actually are not. They are all the signatures of various types of people who are running through their minds. Maybe their bosses, maybe their spouses, maybe their parents and preachers, and so many types of influential people whom he has come across all through his life. All their signatures are going through our superficial mind. That makes us feel that is made up of us. That is not the entirety. Deep down, we are basically children with great passion. Once you move from superficial mind to a centralized mind, or a silent mind, or an easy mind, or a natural mind, or a child's mind, you don't treat meditation as a method. You don't treat meditation as a discipline. You don't treat meditation as an hour of some struggle of silencing yourself, which seems to be very, very difficult. No. It requires passion. It requires desire. It requires aesthetics, psychological aesthetics. No, people have less aesthetic sense. Their tastes are very crude and bad. Aesthetic means sitting in a calm place, eating proper aesthetic food, eating properly, not eating clumsily, talking not clumsily, behaving not clumsily. So that clumsiness, the opposite to clumsiness, is called aesthetics or finer sense. If you want to cultivate the finer sense, you enter into the path of meditation. And you don't need any meditation method actually to call yourself as spiritual. What you need is the sense of a child. What you need is a passion of a child. What you need is the beauty of a child. If you are able to acquire this beauty and sense and frequency, you don't need any method whatsoever to call yourself a spiritual. In fact, the bottom line is to become a child like that, to acquire that sense of the ability of the child inside you, which has been killed inside you. The sense of child in you has already been killed. In many people, it has been killed. If you can awaken that sense of child that is lurking inside, deep down, you don't need any meditation method whatsoever. You have become that already. You have arrived on that point. That's all.